What is going on, everybody? It is your girl, Dayna Patreace, aka the Black Fairy, and I am here with another video. Today's video, I want to talk about shadow work. I want to talk about the work that you do to get through the darkness so that you are able to become your best selves. I want to talk about some of the things that I've done, some practices that I've used, and just some encouragement, just in case maybe it's something that you've been thinking about doing, wanting to do, or maybe in the midst of doing right now. With that being said, please like, share, comment, subscribe, click that notification bell so that you always know when I release new content. Let's get into it.
Yes, I fall in love with myself, and I want someone to share it with me. I want someone to share me with me.
So what is shadow work? Right? Like, what is it? Shadow work is really just inner work, right? It's tackling your fears, your darkness, your trauma head on, right? It's facing the truth, analyzing yourself, analyzing situations and circumstances, and really getting down to the bottom of how you might have attracted these things, situations, circumstances, and even people into your life. Now, there are many ways to shadow work. Some people write a letter and burn it. Some people take up journaling. Others, they do spell work, like candle magic, to help release themselves. Others work with their guides and angels to help them align and flow. I don't believe there's any wrong way to actually do this particular work. Whichever spiritually aligns with yourself, and you don't even have to be a spiritual person to do this, is what's best for you. Number one, if you are going through anything that is making you feel like maybe you want to take your own life or hurt anybody else around you, I want to please let you know and please advise you to find someone to speak to. Therapy is one of the best tools of shadow work. However, I know it's not accessible to everybody. Counseling and therapy can be expensive, but we live in a world and a time where we have so many options. So I want to say that at first. If you're having any thoughts of hurting yourself or hurting others, please talk to someone. Get the help that you need so that we can have you align yourself properly. YouTube can only do so much. Moving forward, shadow work. Shadow work is an amazing tool. Personally, I'll give the example of my abandonment issues. I am unafraid to let you guys know that I have abandonment issues. You know, my dad left when I was 4 years old, and at that time I had went through so many changes. But that reiteration of me looking for love in all the wrong places started all the way back then. It took me a lot of shadow work to even get to that place of when it really started. I really had to backtrack. Like, at first, what I do is I start with the situation, circumstance, person, whatever it may be, right? Let's say it's a person. I start with the person and why I'm doing the shadow work with this person. Sorry, I got a call. So yeah, why I'm doing the shadow work with this person. Like, okay, me and this person got in an argument and it left me in a dark space. I would like to come out of this dark space. Let's tackle this issue. Well, during this argument, this person had said some insulting things to me. What did they say to you, Dayna? They said that I'm selfish. They say that I'm rude. They say that I'm bitter. They say that I'm sad. They say that maybe I won't ever be loved. And then I say, well, are these things true for you? Are these things true for you? Going through them, no, that's not how I feel about myself. You know, maybe I do feel that way about myself. Maybe I do feel like I am really sad and I am really lonely and I don't deserve love, but where does that even come from? Because it's not just from this person telling me this right now. Like, what made me believe this? Backtracking it back, right? Well, I've heard things like this before. From who? Oh my gosh, you've heard that from people that you cared about, people that you loved, people that you thought loved you. Wow, like, maybe this isn't this person standing in front of me. Maybe this person is actually mirroring a pain that I have, that I've hidden deep inside, that's really maybe even holding me back from having the relationship that I want with this person, to the point where they are reflecting my greatest fears and my greatest anxieties to myself in these moments of altercations or problematic experiences. Right? Once I locate that, in fact, I really start journaling about it all. It's funny how by the time I'm done, it really has nothing to do with the person or circumstance, but literally how I feel and how I've made to be felt during my life at some point. Not all the time. You know, now I recognize that I'm very much loved. I'm very much wanted. I am very much not by myself. You know, it was the belief of that kept me from people, that kept me from developing relationships. And now those are things that I'm starting to thrive in as I open up myself, as I become my best self, as I allow myself to align with the things that I want, as I stop the horrible narrative and story that I was telling myself from the situations and circumstances and people that I had in my life that maybe didn't make me feel my best self. The truth about all that is that it's not up to anybody else to make me feel anything. It's not up to anybody else to make me feel happy, to make me feel loved, to make me feel anything. It's not up to them. It's no one else's responsibility. That has to come from within myself. You know, the idea that it has to come from others is placing yourself in a position where, one, you're giving others control of your life, control of your feelings, but also you're putting yourself as a victim of all these people around you, when you can empower yourself through these same feelings to be the best version of you, to be a more confident you, to be a stronger you, to be anything and everything that you want to be. Because once you get down to the bottom of it through shadow work, you start to be able to see what it is that you do want, and you get to start to release things and thoughts and feelings that are no longer serving you, and you begin to align with the things that you truly want. And it truly is a roller coaster ride. I'm not going to lie, I'm still on it. And what I've realized is that this roller coaster ride is not one that you get to come off of. Your life is going to be constantly going through ups and downs, with times of bliss, with times and moments that may not be so blissful, because they're there to teach you something about yourself. All of us have incarnated into this world and into this planet and into this being to become the best versions of ourselves. But to become the best versions of ourselves, we've signed up we've signed up to go through various life experiences here, right? And as we go through them, we rediscover who we are, we rediscover our power, and wow, it really does become an amazing journey. At least it can be. Once we change and shift the vibration and frequency in which we live our lives, in which we attack certain situations, how we approach certain situations. From a hurt perspective of someone who's not done any healing work, not done any reflection, and not done any accountability, it can seem like a place of rock bottom. Like, I can never get out of this. But I'm here to tell you that you can and you will if you move forward. This is why I am such a great believer in shadow work. I've talked about shadow work sparingly in other videos, but this video I kind of wanted to talk about it straight on because it's so important. There are many videos that give you tips and tricks for journaling and shadow work. Personally, journaling is one of my favorites. Meditation, just visualization, going back in time and changing the narrative of stories in my mind of how they happened, you know, how I felt, making myself the bigger person in the situation. Yes, it already happened, but retraining my thoughts and retraining my mind, seeing it from a different perspective, because we all have different perspectives, right? Just like that person that you're feeling like, that you're maybe speaking with or in situation with, that might make you feel like you are, less than. That's the cause of you needing the shadow work. Again, you're giving too much power. They could be the catapult of you realizing, oh my gosh, this is something that I need to work on. I shouldn't allow myself to be moved, swayed, or changed in direction just due to what somebody else's feels. I deserve the time and respect and love that this realm offers, and I'm going to indulge in that. I'm not going to allow others to make me feel any kind of way about myself. I'm going to stand in my truth and be the person that I desire to be, and have what it is that I choose to have, and feel unapologetic about those things, and not allow others to make me feel like I am not deserving, because that is giving them way too much power. I take back that power, and I stand in my truth. And I stand here in that truth, knowing that I am the master manifester of my life. I create the reality. This dream is my own, no one else's. And when you start to attack those subconscious feelings in your heart and in your spirit, you will see a cleanse begin to happen. Again, there are various guidance meditations and other things that you can find online. I highly suggest it. Again, journaling is my top fave. Meditation and visualization is another. But there are many, many techniques more. You can even hire someone to help navigate you through it. Even if it's not maybe a therapist, a spiritual advisor, something, Reiki. Just, there's so many options, so many spiritual options, and just non-spiritual options as well. There are many non-spiritual people who are living the most abundant lives, and it's because that they realize the truth, that they get to choose their life, they get to choose what it looks like, and they remove the people who don't align with it, or they get to a point where they don't even need to remove it, because they're such on a high frequency. The universe doesn't even allow you to cross paths with these energies anymore, because they no longer align with you and who you truly are. That is the beauty of shadow work. On the other side of it, it empowers you, and it strengthens you, and it emboldens you to be the best version of yourself. And that's what I wish for all of you today. With that being said, I'm going to end this video right here. Let me know if you have let me know if you have anything to add down below in the comments. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you for tuning in. I love you. I believe in you. You've got this. We're going to talk more about this just now. But for now, I'll talk to you later.